Hey book babes, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be talking about books I think you should read during the fall and books that I like to read in the fall. Now, a lot of these are kind of on the darker side, the dark romance side. There's a couple of them that aren't, but if you're not really into dark romance, maybe not the video for you, but if you are into those books, I have some good recommendations for you, so buckle up. First one, I am starting September 1st. I'm going to read the entire Harry Potter series. If you love Harry Potter, if you want to do a reread and you want to do a reread with me, I'm going to be reading every single book and I'm going to be doing updates. I'm going to be going live on TikTok and just reading and discussing the series and doing some things on Instagram. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to follow me over there. I am Marissa Brianne on Instagram and That's So Davis on TikTok. And I think this is going to be super fun, and nothing makes me feel like fall more than Harry Potter. I am a Harry Potter nerd at heart, first and foremost, so I'm going to read this. I have to. Next book is November 9. Now, I'm starting out with the comfort reads first, and then I'm going to get into the darker reads after. I only have 3 comfort books, so we're going to start with those. November 9, I just think it's such a fall read. You got to read it on November 9th. It is a classic. It's goes back and forth where a girl and a boy meet, and they meet each other on November 9th every year, and there are things that happen throughout the years that really give some good angst, and I love good angst. And there's also a secret that you don't know about, you don't find out till later, and I love a little mystery, so I just feel like it's a really good fall book, and you have to read it on November 9th, like you have to. Book number 3 is A Court of Thorns and Roses. I am a Court of Thorns and Roses girly. I love this series. I love it so much. I remember reading this last year for the first time, and it brought me that feeling that I got when I first read Harry Potter, when I first read Hunger Games, when I first read Twilight, when I first read all of those books, and that feeling you get when you read a series that you know is just going to stick with you forever. That's what I got reading this for the first time. And what says fall like the Bat Boys? Nothing. Nothing says fall, Halloween, autumn like the Bat Boys. So I'm going to be reading this series again. It'll probably be sometime after I reread Harry Potter, or I'll listen to it. I have been wanting to listen to the audiobook, the animated audiobook where they're they make the whoosh noises and stuff like that. I want to listen to that. I have the other audiobooks, but I want to buy the new one where it's very animated. So I am going to be rereading this, and now I'm going to be getting into some of the darker reads, some of the reads that I just kind of think remind me of spooky, scary, dark vibes, and I'm going to pull them. Most of them are on my Kindle, so I'm going to bring my Kindle over here so I can go through them with you. Okay, so now that I've kind of gone over some of my comfort reads, I'm going to go a little bit darker. Okay, sorry, this one isn't dark, but it's Hidden Secrets by Kristen Coley, and this girl is a senior in high school, and the beginning of this book starts out where this boy goes missing, this little boy, and she kind of has this psychic ability where if somebody asks her a direct question, she gets visions. And so there's an undercover cop that infiltrates her school and is trying to track down what happened to this boy, and if it's associated with this a gang, and she knows that she has to talk to him through a vision because her friend asks her a question. And this series in this book is about her working with him and his partner trying to find out what happened to this boy, and there's all these different things that happen. It's very, very good if you like that type of book. I thought it was fantastic. It's not too spicy at all. I think it'd be way more on the young adult side, way young adult. I think there might be 1 or 2 spicy scenes, not descriptive at all. So if that's something that you have to have in a book, or you don't like to have in a book, that's kind of where that would be at, I would say, on the spice scale. But plot-wise, I think it is very, very interesting and good, and it kind of gives me it kind of gives me the shivers, the fact that she gets these premonitions and these things that happen. So it kind of reminds me of just Halloween and fall. Next book is I lost it. The next book is In Peace Lies Havoc by Emma Jones. Now this series I think is incredible. And like I've said before, I think she does dark romance very well. And she does like mind F really well. Like just when you think you know what's happening, you don't. The series is about a circus, like this midnight circus. And I can't even describe it without giving things away. And I've read this series like twice, and sometimes I'm like, what did I just read? Like, what did she just write? It's so twisty and so good, and it like makes you think, and it's like psychological. So definitely recommend that for fall if you're looking for a little twisty read. The next series is the Devil's Night series, starting with Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. It's so very popular, and I think it's very popular for a reason. I love the series, and it starts out very creepy with all the masks, and I like that. Maybe I have a mask kink now. I don't know. I mean, maybe. There's like, who knows? But yeah, I think it creeps me out a little bit, and it makes you think, and it is a little dark. So I will be reading that, and I think you should too for the fall. The next and last is one of my new favorite series. Now, the last book isn't out yet. It's supposed to come out sometime this fall. I think she said September, maybe late September, early September. We don't know. She's still finishing writing it right now. But this is Daughter of a Serial Killer series by C.M. Stunich. Stolen Crush is book number 1. It starts out with this girl who realized she was kidnapped at birth, and she's living with her grandparents, the parents of the woman who kidnapped her. Her real mom finds her, takes her away. If you ever liked that show, Finding Carter, kind of starts out like that. This is a Why Choose book, so there are 2+ love interests for her, one of them being her adoptive brother. Her real mother ended up adopting this boy, and he ends up being one of the love interests, but that kind of takes a back seat to what the real story is about. And the real story is about the fact that her dad is like this known serial killer and basically makes her go through these things. He kidnaps one of her boyfriends. It is super twisty, so good. It's angsty, it hurts. And the books do leave off on cliffhangers, so if you can't handle that, I would wait till the last one comes out, because the last cliffhanger, I was throwing my Kindle across the room. I was so upset. But that's how I know a book is so good, is that if it I can't talk. If it upsets me to the point where I'm mad or crying or laughing, I know that an author has done their job. She has a lot of series that I just think are fantastic, but this one just really, I think, will get you in the mood for like Halloween, fall vibes. And I think that is the last book that I have for this video. Oh, another book series that I forgot about, which I don't know how, is the Madison Kate series by Tate James. I think that is such a good book to read right around Halloween time. I love Madison Kate, think she's such a badass, and she really doesn't take crap. At the beginning of the book, if you haven't read the series, she gets framed for something that happens at the beginning of the book. I won't go into too much to spoil it, but she gets framed for it, and she gets framed by these 3 guys that she trusted on the night that it happened. This is another Why Choose book. I love Why Choose, because why have one boyfriend when you can have 2 or 3+, you know? What I love about Why Choose also is you always have there's one guy who's like super serious. He's got issues. He's got anger issues. He's got all kinds of issues. There's all this push and pull angst between the main character and him. You've got your comic relief character who is funny, and he's sarcastic, and he's flirting with her all the time, and he's fun. We love him. And then you've got your third guy who's kind of serious. He's kind of soulful. He plays some type of music or paints or draws or something. In this series, he plays music. And he's my favorite, if you can't tell. Hashtag Team Steel for life. Anyways, I think that's such a good one to read for fall. So please let me know if you have any recommendations for me to read below. Comfort books, like cozy fall reads, or creepy reads, or like fantasy reads. I do like to have some type of romance plot. The romance doesn't have to be the main plot, but I do want there to be romance in there, because at my heart, I'm a romantic. So I need at least some type of subplot or something. But if you have anything, please recommend down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.